Google Live, YouTube Hangout, and this training at the same time. I'm going to look in this general direction because I have two cameras. This is kind of insane. Next time I'll figure out how to do this better. And this is what I look like after spending the whole day with the kids. I didn't put on makeup for you guys. I didn't do my hair. So anyway, welcome to training is basically for, hi Penny, hi Stephanie, I'm excited to be doing this. This is basically to get you guys thinking about your vision, your dream, your plans. Here comes my cat. This should be really interesting. Anytime the kids are asleep, he is on my lap, so hopefully this won't be too annoying with him. Get some ideas down. So if you don't already, please, please, please have your at least a pen and paper so that we can start getting ideas down. And then eventually I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. We're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to do the questions, walk you through it, hopefully figure out a way to answer any of your questions. Let me see if I can get to too many screens at this point. This is a very professional training. So, questions, and then what I want to do is give you time, and I've kind of built in time to do the actual vision board event. You can do the vision board as a collage on some poster board. You can do a vision board as a word web or any sort of web, and you can do the vision board as simply a list or as a thing on Dream It. Oh my goodness, Catherine, I want you here because it's 1 a.m. and that's great, right? Okay, so what was the, okay, dreamitalive.com is one way that you can do this online. You can also simply go to your Pinterest account and play on Pinterest. I personally find that and I'm going to use some big words here, but the actual physical act, the ideomotor response of actually physically doing it, actually physically writing it, and actually physically cutting stuff out and gluing it on, connects your brain to your dreams better and helps you kind of create that better. So, but if you can't do that right now, that's fine. Simply writing it out is a really big step. And I wish I had my list. Oh my gosh, Stephanie, purple hair, I'm super excited. Do what you can. I am super excited. Can't wait to see the purple hair there, Stephanie. Okay, so basically, I want to give you some ideas. You all know what a collage looks like. That's simple. Let me show you what. I am now covered in cat hair. Okay. This, whoa, is upside down. This is the one I did at the By Your Side retreat. It's crazy, right? No pictures, no collage, simply a word web with my main point in the middle and kind of stuff spidering out on the sides. If that's what you want to do, you know, do what feels good. So I'm super excited for that. So basically, what we're going to just do now is answer some simple questions. I'm not going to take too long because I want you to be able to dream and play and think. Don't be afraid because you are completely on your own right now, right? You are probably at home alone or somewhere where the kids can't bother you, or maybe your cats can't bother you, or your dogs. I'm obviously not. But you know, just let yourself dream. The whole point of this is to get those little ideas that are so far away that you can't even start to say them out loud, getting them down and getting you to start thinking about them. And then, you know, down the road, if you want, we can start talking about how Jamberry can lead you there. And you know what? If Jamberry is not the tool to get you there, I'm okay with that too. Not everybody wants to be an elite. Not everybody wants to do this for the rest of their lives. So And that's cool with me. I understand that everybody is here for a season covered in cat hair. Okay, so let's take some deep breaths. Kind of just clear your head. If you have your pencil and your paper, now is a great time to do that. This is being recorded. So if you need to get these questions later, you can hear back. Okay, and so I'm going to be doing this with you. But first, you know, let's just start thinking about like easy stuff. Let's see. Oh, and before we start moving into that, I want to make sure you know that anybody who participates in this and sends me a picture of their vision board, whether it's a collage, a list, whatever this ends up being for you, Pinterest, Dream It Alive, whatever, you send it to me by SiStars, and I will send you a happy in the mail. This is something I want to start doing for my trainings, is anytime anybody takes advantage of our trainings, I'm going to start sending you little happies. You know, and I don't know what that's going to be yet, so that's part of the fun for me too. So, okay, so this is about picturing your perfect life as if there was nothing that was impossible. This is as if everything is possible. What would you look like? What would you feel like? What would you be like? This is not about, this is about getting that voice that's saying, oh, I'm too old, or it's too late, or I can't do XYZ because of the debt, or because of the kids, or because of, you know, I have a house or whatever. So the idea behind this is to get those little voices out and just start writing stuff down. And it can be as crazy as you want. This doesn't have to be like stuff that for sure is going to happen. This is just stuff that you'd really like to see happen in your life. You know, and we can talk about in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you know, the next 20 years, whatever time frame that is for you. So let's just start writing things down. What would you, and feel free to comment if you're comfortable sharing or post in the event or whatever. If not, just write it down. What would you do if anything was possible? What would your life be like? Now, one of the things for me, just give you an idea, and I'm going to give you some silent time. If you just want to jot these down, you can. I'll give you some silent time later. But one of the things that I really, really want to do is to move my family into an RV and travel around the country. I want to homeschool the girls. I want to work Jamberry out of an RV. Matt is able to work anywhere there's an internet connection. So that's something that's really, it's something I would love to do. It's a really big dream because that means selling the house. It means, you know, the kids are older. It means having the money to do that, buying an RV, gas, etc. But that is one of the things that is on my list, you know, in the next 5 or 10 years, who knows. Remember when you were a kid and you got that feeling of like somebody asked you what I'm going to be, what are you going to be when you grow up, and you could just answer with anything. You had huge dreams. That is pretty amazing feeling. And maybe it's not the same thing that you would want to do now as you would say as a kid, but I want you to have that same feeling with this. What is going to make you happy and excited? You know, as a kid, I always said I wanted to teach. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to live in a 2-story white house. A lot of that stuff is coming true in my life. I think now for me, it's more about supporting women and being there for you guys and getting to know you. But yeah, I just want you to think about what you would live, what would you do, what would you do if you didn't have limitations, if you didn't have financial limitations, or, you know, if you weren't scared or whatever. Oh, look at this. Move to Australia. I love it. Australia. I would love to visit Australia. That's definitely on my list. Where would you travel? What would you see? This is about picturing your perfect life and getting it down. And then you can think about bucket lists too. So, you know, obviously the RV thing is on mine. You know, traveling to Europe, taking my kids on a, taking my kids to Disney, having just gone myself. Oh, I qualify as a nail tech. I love it. Well, we have no problem with that, right? We are nail girls. Um, yeah. And then if this isn't doing it for you, if these questions aren't doing it for you, simply thinking about what you want to do in the next 10 years. Do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to buy a dog? Do you want to hire a gardener or a lawn maintenance person? Oh, look at that. Penny wants to go to base camp at Mount Everest and meet climbers. That is amazing. I love it. And run a marathon? Okay, ladies, these are making me excited. Your ideas are making me excited. And see, the thing is, especially like the marathon one, it's really Jamboree related. I'm super excited about it anyway. Thumbs up. I'm going to just thumb up everything here for just a second because this makes me excited. Yeah, like maybe you want to go to art camp. Maybe you want to own a motorcycle. As I don't know if you just heard that drive by. Maybe whatever it is, just start writing things down just as fast as you can. And don't think too hard because the idea is your subconscious mind pops up with all those things faster and better, and it gets more to the truth of things if you just jot them down without thinking about them. You know, a lot of mine have to do with France and travel and, you know, getting out of debt, building a house, that kind of stuff. So I'm really, you know, those are the things that are on mine. I'm just going to take, hey, you know what, Penny, if you need a new knee and a new ankle, we can get that done, right? That's going to be because of Jamboree, right? So this is super fun. I love these ideas, okay? Just do whatever feels good. You know, one of the things one of my best friend does every year is a themed party for her birthday. Like, I've never had a party for my birthday like that. And I've been thinking, like, that's something I would do. Maybe just a game night for my friends, something simple, right? But things like that, like silly little things. Live in Paris is definitely on my list. South of France was where I lived and it was amazing. So these are some great ideas. And then another thing, if you still need some help getting there, you know, beyond your, where do you see yourself in the next, or what do you want to accomplish in your next 10 years? You can kind of, there's this activity you can do, which is really simple. That's just taking a deep breath and seeing where you are now. And then it gets kind of cheesy. So I'm going to go through it, but you take a deep breath, see where you are now. And then you imagine a beam of light stretching up out of your head, straight up into the sky. And you follow the beam of light. You follow all the way up through the house, past, and you look down and you see your whole town, and you see it up, all the way up. And then all of a sudden, you're on this beam of light stretching out into space, okay? And you're on this beam of light, and then you look down, and there's this beam of light next to you, and then you take this next beam of light and you take it back down. But instead of taking this beam of light back down to present time, the second beam of light carries you down to who you are in 20 years and where you are in 20 years. And you can follow that beam of light down, and there's a dwelling or a home, and you can just see like where you are in 20 years. And out of the door comes yourself in 20 years and greets you. And you can sit down and have this conversation, even if it's a flash of images, but a conversation of what you have accomplished, where you are, who you are in 20 years. When I did this, and I put about 15 minutes into this whole meditation, I had this most amazing experience where, you know, I know I want to live on the water. I know I want to live I want to live in an open, modern house that we build on the water so I can hear the waves. Like there's this idea. So I'm just, oh yeah, Catherine, I saw your fish tank the other day and your pictures that you posted, and I was completely jealous. We have always wanted a nice fish tank. That's amazing. Yeah, being healthy, so many of us can relate to that. Oh, Nicole, I wish you had been at JamCon because we had this discussion about everybody's health issues and how we just are persevering, and you guys are rocking it even with your health issues, and you're making things work. So basically, you just talk about, think about, and write down where you want to be, what you want to do, even if it's like this 100 times, but this really, really hit me. I believe it was Julie Terrell. So one of our current elites is basically, when she started, she just wanted enough money from her jamberry business to buy a block of cheese. It's completely like that's all she wanted was to buy cheese. Okay, and now she is being able to bless others and live through others, and be a blessing because of her jamberry rank and this team that she's grown. So I just love how our dreams can get bigger and bigger and bigger. When I started, my dream was to break even. I just wanted to support my jam habit. And then all of a sudden I was paying my car payment. By my third month, I had enough money that I could, it would have covered my mortgage. So just this idea that you really can do anything. So it's not necessarily about what Jamberry is going to do for you, but what you're going to do in the future so that you can start really believing that it's possible, that you put it down. Even if you just write a list of 50 things you want to do in the next 10 years and put the list aside, you would be amazed to see what happens in those 10 years. If you picked it up, how many things, without even thinking about it, you could check off that list. I did that once, just before I turned 31. I did a list of 31 things I wanted to do before I turned 31. And I made the list and I kind of worked on it, but I kind of forgot about it and put it away. And then now I'm 34 and I just looked at it. And it was amazing how many of those things are either I'm doing them, I have done them, or it's happening soon. It's amazing. So I just want to give you some time now to do what you want. I'm going to end the live video. Take the rest of the night, jot stuff down, share with me. If you have your collage stuff, if you're doing it on Dream It Alive or Pinterest or whatever, play with it. Share with us as your team. We want to see this kind of stuff. I'm really excited to see what happens. And if you have any other questions, I will be on kind of making my stuff for another 30 to 40 minutes. And I will kind of see what we have going on. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to sign off. I have a separate, I have this live video, but I'm also doing the Google Hangouts YouTube live thing, so hopefully we can make it all work. And because I'm a Jamberry consultant, here they are. Those are my JamCon jams. Gorgeous, right? I love them. I never want to take them off. Okay.